So let's talk about the need for medication when we struggle with high blood pressure. Many people watching this video have tried to manage their blood pressure before, 100%, but it hasn't worked, the way they have hoped. And some of them might have cut down on salt. Some people cook without salt, but their numbers are not going anywhere. They start exercising, yet their doctor is still recommending medications. Some people have seen their loved ones suffer from stroke or heart failure despite taking medicine. And it can be quite discouraging. Let's not even talk about being frustrating. And it can even make us feel helpless and sometimes even ashamed. So if you are watching this, maybe you have, you've tried, different things, or you have been told that you need medication for your high blood pressure. And maybe you are feeling just disheartened, discouraged, or maybe even scared. Or maybe you have tried eating better. Maybe you have started exercising. Maybe you have done everything you know how to do, and your numbers still aren't where they should be. Or maybe you have even seen loved ones take medication for years and you wonder, is this my future too? Or is there no other way? My name is Dr. Izie. I'm a GP and a lifestyle medicine physician. If you are new here, welcome. And if you've been joining us, thank you very much. I am here to help you take responsibility for your health before disease takes control. So remember that as doctors, we don't just prescribe high blood pressure medication based on just one reading. We look at the full picture, we take different values at different days and we put it all together. So we're going to look at the factors that define or, inform our medication prescription. The first one, obviously, when the blood pressure is consistently too high. So think about your blood pressure again like a garden hose. If the pressure inside that hose is too high, over time, what happens? It weakens, it cracks, and it explodes or it bursts. That is exactly what happens to your arteries when your blood pressure is too high. It damages the walls, it leads to serious health problems like high blood pressure or the complications of high blood pressure. So if your blood pressure is now consistently above 140/90 millimeters of mercury, you are at a risk of heart attack, you're at a risk of stroke, you're at a risk of having kidney disease, and that risk keeps increasing as your number increases. So imagine your number getting to 180 or 120 millimeters of mercury or even higher, and you walk into your doctor's clinic. That's a hypertensive crisis. Immediately, you need medical attention and you will be given medication. Another thing I'd like to talk about on the side is the importance of home blood pressure monitoring. So like I said before, one doctor's visit isn't enough to tell whether you have blood pressure or you have high blood pressure or whether you have hypertension. We need the full story, we need the full picture. So one of the things we do as doctors, because remember that during the day, stress, caffeine, or even how you've been sitting for so long can affect your blood pressure. So what we do is to ask you to go home, take your blood pressure readings. And so the way to do this is to measure your blood pressure, like I said before, at the same time every day, in the morning and in the evening, 12 hours apart for 4 days. Make sure you're sitting still for at least 5 minutes before. Rest your arm, rest your back, and avoid taking it when you're moving around. So try and stay still. And we put all of those results together and we check your blood pressure. Only then can we say clearly that you have high blood pressure if you're not in a hypertensive crisis. Because sometimes people could get what we call a white coat hypertension or a white coat syndrome because they're in the doctor's office and they get anxious, and that's understandable. So when that happens, we tend to make sure that you do the high blood pressure monitoring as well. Also, when we need to tweak your medication, that also we would ask you to do a high blood pressure home reading. Another thing that would allow us to treat you is when you have risk factors. So like I said before, high blood pressure is definitely dangerous. So when it teams up with other conditions, the risk skyrockets. So it's like playing football with a broken leg. Things are bound to go wrong faster for sure. So imagine that you're also hypertensive, and then you have high blood pressure, and then you have high blood sugar, so you're diabetic. This increases your risk of kidney failure and even nerve damage. And in these situations, we have to treat. Also, if you have heart disease and you also have high blood pressure, it forces your heart to work harder, increasing the risk of a heart attack. In these situations, we have to treat. And then also, if you already have kidney disease and your blood pressure is uncontrolled, it can push your kidneys even towards failure, leading to dialysis. In these situations, we have to treat your blood pressure. So in these cases, medication is obviously needed because of the states of the blood pressure and because they are obviously high. And then another reason why we treat is sometimes our lifestyle changes haven't worked. And sometimes even our genetics play against us as well. So, with all the goodwill in the world, you've done everything right, you're eating well, you're exercising, you're managing your stress as much as you can, but your blood pressure still stays high. Sometimes it could be our genetics. Some people do everything right. They eat well, they exercise, they manage their stress levels as much as they can, but that blood pressure just stays high. Why? Sometimes it's because of our genetics. And we know that some people inherit a tendency for high blood pressure. It's not like any fault of theirs. So no matter how carefully we try, we always end up with high blood pressure when genetics are involved. Some people inherit a tendency for high blood pressure and it's no fault of theirs. So if, for example, close family members have hypertension, your body may naturally retain more salt, or may have stiffer arteries, or may produce more stress hormones, making it difficult or even harder to control your blood pressure without help. So in these cases, we do need medication. So let's talk about how blood pressure medication actually works. It works by relaxing the blood vessels, by reducing fluid retention, or by slowing down our heart rate. Medication lowers your numbers, remember that, but it doesn't fix the root cause. It doesn't remove stress. It doesn't replace healthy habits. It's like putting a seatbelt on in a car crash. It helps protect you, but it doesn't prevent the accident. But here's what I need you to understand. No pill can replace what your daily habits can do for your health. So imagine your blood pressure like a boiling pot of water. Medication is like turning the heat down, but if you don't remove the pot from the stove, it will keep boiling. Your daily habits, what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress, these are the things that truly take the pot off the heat and bring true healing. So if your doctor has recommended medication, please don't see it as a failure. See it as a tool, a temporary support while you continue to work on the real solution, changing your health from the inside out. And if you are already on medication, don't stop fighting for your health. Don't let the pill replace your discipline to chase and pursue your lifestyle. Keep making the right choices, because every change you make strengthens your body, regardless of what's in your medicine cabinet. Because at the end of the day, we do what we can, but we trust God with the results. Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us that we should trust in the Lord with all of our hearts, and we should lean not on our own understanding. Our bodies were designed for healing, but we must walk in wisdom. We must care for what we have been given. This is our responsibility, and this is my responsibility. So no matter where you are in your health, do not be discouraged, whether you need medication, whether you don't. What matters most is what you do next. So allow me to challenge you today. What's one step that you take right now to improve your health? What's the one habit you can commit to that moves the needle towards healing? Drop a comment below and tell me, what's the one small change you are ready to make today? And if you need more guidance, stay with me, because I am here to help you walk the path to better health. Thank you for watching. Please like, share with your loved ones if you found this helpful, subscribe, and click on the notification button so that you are alerted when I upload a new video. Thank you very much.